Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are digging into something that literally runs the world but happens mostly behind the scenes, valuation. I'm looking at this incredible mind map that tracks the evolution of a profession. And to help me deep dive into these roots, I have a true veteran of the industry here. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to be here. People think valuation is just a modern math problem, but it is actually one of the oldest human activities. Whether it was a king or a merchant, everyone wanted to know, what is this worth?
Right, and the map starts way back with ancient practices. It says land was the primary wealth, but without a market or a currency like we have now, how did they even begin to put a price on it?
It was very intuitive, beta. In those days, valuation was informal. If you and I were bartering, we had an intuitive understanding of comparative worth. But they were very logical about land. They used assessments based on direct productivity. Basically, they looked at the agricultural yield. If 1 acre of land gave you 10 bags of wheat and another gave only 5, the first one was naturally worth double. They also looked at strategic location. Being near water or trade routes was the prime real estate of the ancient world.
That's so practical. But then the map moves to the medieval and feudal systems. Here it says land as power. It sounds less like a market and more like a hierarchy.
Exactly. In the medieval era, land was tied to social hierarchy and feudal obligations. You didn't just own land, you held it in exchange for service to a lord. Valuation was used for feudal dues and taxes. The biggest milestone here was the Domesday Book of 1086 AD in England. It was a notable systemic record, the first time a government did comprehensive documenting of ownership and value. It laid the groundwork for systemic assessment that we still use in land registries today. Even inheritance valuations started getting formalized here to ensure the crown got its share when land passed to an heir.
So we went from how much wheat grows here to the king needs his cut. But then the Industrial Revolution changes everything, right? The map shows a huge branch for rise of property rights.
This is the turning point. Suddenly, we had rapid urbanization. We weren't just valuing farms. We had new property types like factories and commercial buildings. Because of infrastructure like railways and canals, the government started valuation and compulsory land acquisition. If the train needed to go through your backyard, how much should they pay you? This forced the formalization of property rights and contract law. We also moved to income-based value, looking at factory profits and commercial rents instead of just the dirt itself.
That leads us into the modern valuation branch. This looks like the high finance era. Can you explain these refined techniques mentioned?
Today, valuation is for investment analysis. Real estate is now an investment asset class just like stocks. We use sophisticated methodologies driven by the need for equitable property taxation and mortgage lending. The two big ones are discounted cash flow, where we calculate what future income is worth in today's rupees, and capitalization rates. We use these for everything from financial reporting to corporate mergers and acquisitions. It's no longer a guess, it's a science.
And finally, the map ends with professionalization and standardization. This part hits home because it mentions India and the IBBI. Why did we need these international organizations like RICS or IVSC?
Because of global interconnectedness, beta. If an investor in Dubai wants to buy a building in Surat, they need to trust the valuation. In the late 20th century, this global movement created ethical codes, educational requirements, and uniform standards. In India, the IBBI, the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, now regulates and professionalizes the field. They mandate standards and conduct examinations for registered valuers. It ensures that a valuer is not just someone with an opinion, but a qualified professional with a license.
From the Domesday Book to the IBBI, what a journey. Sir, thank you for unfolding this mind map for us. It's clear that as long as humans have assets, we'll need the art and science of valuation.
Very true. It's been a pleasure.